Watch the white people call back. I don't want to speak that to existence, but it's gonna happen. White
Welcome
van
to
with carpet in it.
Welcome to Lost
I
Talker.
will destroy you.
You know what's the funny part? So they've been doing all this stuff, like putting it in all these different things. The one where they put it in Thriller killed me.
Oh yeah,
That
I was
had me
done
dead.
when you sent me that because I saw it prior to that, but when you sent me that, I was asleep.
I was like, yo, that, and when they put it in Family Matters,
Yeah,
bruh.
the great Jaleel did that shit too. I said, bro, he wildin'.
But yo, my homeboy made a great point. He was like, that laugh gets creepier the more you hear it. And I was telling him, I was like, the creepiest part of it is that's probably his real laugh.
I don't think so. He might be doing what Kanye thinks he's doing by actually trolling people. And to be fair, Kawhi is of the age to troll. Like, he got a baby. That's one baby. He's 27 years old. Kanye got 3 kids and he 30. I'm sorry, 41 years old. He should not be trolling.
See, I think older men love trolling because they think it's just dad jokes. And
Right.
It's really not. Like, this is why old men always getting in trouble on the internet because they think they making dad jokes by trolling, and it's like, no, you just saying some either unfunny or wildly offensive shit. And this is the thing. If it's not funny, it's probably offensive. That's just what it is. So if you're not funny and you say some edgy shit, you just offensive. But
And more times than not, old man when they on the internet, I never trusted. I don't trust I don't know if they know how to hide the Internet Explorer.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay.
Because I feel like once you get to a certain age, everything, of course, is online. But I feel like, hey man, it's certain when you get to a certain age, well, you read the newspaper for everything. Why are you going? What you going on Yahoo for?
Yeah, you know what it is now. What we gonna have to do instead of read the newspaper?
The newspaper reads us.
No, we're gonna go on Facebook. We're gonna join Facebook. That's it.
No, Facebook is the Florida of internet.
That's where we're gonna end up. Where do all old people retire? Florida, Palm Springs, these wild, weird places. That's where we're going to end up. So instead of like sitting on your front porch reading the newspaper, you're gonna lie in your bed, pull open your phone, and hit that F app. Like the Wayne Lighter flick, you're gonna tap that F.
That's an old person doing that to their cigar when they about to get their bars off.
Yeah.
Like, let's see what my grandkid is doing on the Facebook, not on there. I think eventually old people will get on Twitter. Eventually they're gonna find out this thing called the Twitter.
Yeah. No, they're already on Twitter. Twitter is not as fun as it used to be.
It's still funny as hell, but I understand what you mean. It became like a race war all the damn time for the smallest things.
Not just
and
that.
It's like, I understand.
It's also like everybody's selling.
Selling what? Products?
Themselves, whatever else.
Whoa. Where is this at on Twitter?
Not like, I'm not just talking about like they body like sex work. I'm talking about like their humor, their brand, follow me, this and that.
Oh yeah, after they find out a video that they took from somebody else.
Yeah, and then they blow up and then they be like, oh, while you here, follow me, follow my Instagram, this is my Snapchat. Like,
what's going on? Like, is people get money off Instagram? And if so, how we get some?
Yeah.
I thought Instagram would have died out, but they said, no, we got something for you. They keep on saying, no. Well, you thought you love Snapchat, but check this out.
Oh, you love Snapchat? That's what you think? Huh?
Right.
What that say right there? Instagram story. Okay, we'll stop right there. Now you got the Instagram and the Snapchat in one place. Why you need the Snapchat? We got the filters. It ain't nothing but a shorter version of us.
Instagram is the great dealer of all.
It really is.
Like,
But it's interesting.
yo,
The people who own or like created Instagram, they left Instagram. That's really it.
So now Facebook.
Facebook bought it a while ago. It's just Instagram is now like the people who basically shepherded it into our lives and has been looking over it for the past since its incarnation. They're no longer going to be there. Maybe they'll create a new social media site.
Damn.
But
And by they should just they should run it. I think we just need. I personally vote for Rihanna. To be fair, every time I see Rihanna put up a new like, you know what, anything she say, I'll be like, yes. Like that was one of those women, like, you don't want to be. What's the best way of saying this? Like, you don't want to be like, yes, ma'am, all the time to anybody in particular. It comes to a union. It's a union thing. But Rihanna's so goddamn bad. I'd be like, yeah.
Sorry, I had to do that.
You got a soundboard now? If you do, that definitely helps out the podcast.
I did that. I just did that on my own because you said it's a union. I was like, oh shit, we gotta reference Swiss. It's union time.
It's
union time. And we go straight into him flipping that special delivery on the Carter 5. That shit was wild.
You know what's so great about Swiss Beats? He found out his formula 20 years ago, and I think somebody probably suggests, like, you should change that up. Nah. These drums and these piano keys work perfect at a fast pace.
He was like, I never need to change anything ever. And they were like, word? And he was like, trust me. And here we are.
20 years later.
Year of our Beyonce, 2018. And he's still out here getting placements on, high-profile rap albums.
Right. The thing is, with the Carter 5, like, I was like, yeah, I think they recorded this a couple years ago. But even if they recorded it 4 years ago when the album was supposed to come out, it still was like, bro, it's a Swiss Beats song in this decade. And it's not to say Swiss Beats song, his sound is outdated. It's just like, bro, he really had a Swiss beat in 2018, 2014 even.
Yeah. And it's just like, you hear the special delivery. That shit, when I heard that for the first time, I was like, whoa.
I was laughing. Then the beat came on, and I was like, okay, let me shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's all that happened to me. It was just like, yo, he really got a beat for Swiss in 2018. All right. But we gotta remember, like,
go ahead.
No, all I was about to say is, so we might as well get into the topic of it. A lot of people feel like a lot of songs are dated. I agree, because you're not gonna tell me he really was like, and it worked out. Don't get me wrong. I would love to hear shit. I wanted to fool Mannie Fresh like Wayne album since the Carter 1. But you're not gonna sit up here and tell me he was like, you know what, I need a Mannie Fresh beat in 2018.
Well, Crit had one. He had two.
Right. And I don't have a problem with that. It's just like Wayne now, being an artist that he is, and not saying that Crit isn't the artist that he is. Hell no. You already know how I feel and how you feel about Crit. I'm just saying, being that Wayne is Wayne right now, you wouldn't think he's trying to go out like, let me get a Metro Boomin beat instead.
Well, I think that was smart of him because it played to his strengths. Like, Lil Wayne is a rapper. Like, for as much as we love him for all his inventiveness, like that really started on like what the Drought 3 and the Carter 3. Like
Yeah.
before that, like what we loved about Dedication 2 and like the Carter 2 was it was just bars. Every song he was going in. Every song he was snapping. Like that's what was so amazing about the Carter 3 to me. It was someone that talented of a rapper just on that many drugs, being that talented, and also trying so many different things at the same time. And it's just this like, it's just like throwing a bunch of shit to the wall, and somehow something pretty good came out of it.
Well, the Carter 3 with me is like I don't think it's a classic. I think it has like what's the best way of saying it? It has songs that have lasted now. Like I love the Babyface song, the one that Kanye produced. If we're going back to Kanye, I'm not gonna listen to Phone Home in 2018. Like 3P is cold. I'm definitely not gonna hear like a cab car. Wait. I'm not listening to that.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter silent for that one.
You said what?
You can't be about Black Lives Matter and listen to Mrs. Officer still. Plus, it has Bobby Valentino. That's the real thing.
Have you seen that meme when they had a rainbow ambulance and they said it sounds like Bobby Valentino? I gotta see that. That's one of those you gotta really like. You gotta put in the tuck. Like, no, I gotta save this. I gotta screen capture this just in case.
Well, also, the thing I love about the Carter 3 is it also sounds like he just stayed in the booth the entire time and they just kept throwing on beats and he just started rapping over them. And that's like the only other time I felt that on a rap album was when ODB did Nigga Please. Like it just felt like he was in the booth and he just would not leave. He was just like, keep giving me more. And they just kept going. And he just kept saying stuff and kept making songs like on the spot. That's what the Carter 3 feels like. So it feels like a really interesting first job.
Well, that's where he was at the time. Like I seen the documentary that came out around the time or after the Carter 3 came out. I think it was like, you know how we used to have deluxe editions. And it'll come with a DVD, or in the case of Beg for Mercy, it comes with a full chain, which is still crazy to this day. Like they put a replica chain in there, spinning. It's spinning, nigga. A spinning replica chain in it.
Yeah, it was.
But I mean, right now, and I heard somebody else talk about this on a different podcast. They said they basically said like he kind of brought in a microwave era, so to speak, where it's just like you see what Thugger doing. And man said Barter 7 was supposed to come out moments ago. It's been moments ago, 3 days ago.
Yeah, no. 50 was the first dude to like really flood the market that way, and Lil Wayne just took it to another level.
Right, so, where he actually gonna take the beats. Like we already know, like Union Radio, even though it was Genius, where they were taking parodies and basically making it lyrical on the part of Lloyd Banks and everybody else kind of playing around, but they were rhyming and it was dope. Lil Wayne was like, nah, I'm gonna treat this shit like albums. Cause the Drought 3 and the Drought 2, that shit sound better than most people albums, if I want to be honest. Especially around that time.
There's that. Yeah. My thing with the Carter 5 is there are clearly songs that should have been cut off. Like, I don't love the song with Kendrick. I think it can stay. But I didn't look at the features before I listened to this. So when I got to the song and it was Mac Maney and Ashanti.
Right.
I was like, why? Not even like, no disrespect to them, because if they want to be, if he wants them on the album and they want to do it, cool. I was just like, why are you here? Like,
well, that's one of those songs like people are asking like what year was it made. Obviously, if you see that, you're gonna be like, okay, that definitely was like 2000 something, early 2000 something.
Yeah,
If he
that's
did it recent and pulled it off because the song is fire, then all power to him. It just when you see, first of all, it's not even just Ashanti, all right? I don't think people mind Ashanti being on the song whatsoever. Yeah, I don't think people mind Ashanti being on the song.
I think people don't mind seeing Ashanti in videos, but like it's Ashanti's in a strange place where she's not a bad music maker. I just don't think people in a big way are interested. I think she's still people are interested enough where she can still make money off music. But an Ashanti feature was just like, yo, you couldn't get the booed up girl. What's her name? LMI?
Right.
Or who else popping? You couldn't get a Kehlani feature?
Absolutely. And they could have talked about their tattoos and piercings and everything.
Yeah, how much they love weed. It would have been amazing. It would have been a beautiful moment.
Well, the world we would live in if Wayne just loved weed. Just weed.
Just weed.
And going back to the meme reference, have you seen that meme where they talked about how fake addict versus real addict, and they put Future side by side with Wayne?
Yeah. Wayne sounds like he needs help. Future just.
Well, we've been saying that forever with Future, and then Future looks like Future's older than Wayne. I think like a year or two, but he's older than him. He don't look like he's sick.
Nah. Well, Future admitted that he doesn't do nearly as much as he talks about on his records. He just says it because people like it.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
And we have no problem with that because obviously Future is Future. But it's just, I don't think he does anything, to be honest. I think he's trolling. Maybe he's trolling.
No, I don't think he's trolling. He wears sunglasses way too much to be trolling about drugs.
I think it's got an eye issue. I'm not even joking. I think he actually has an eye issue.
No, I don't think he does. I think he just really is, he's doing this for real, but
he's doing this for real.
The interesting thing about the Carter 5 for me is how it pairs up with the Lupe album. How many times have you listened to the Lupe album?
6-7 times. Before we get to that too, another song that I know is dated is the Kendrick, the Mona Lisa song, just because Kendrick kind of fell back on doing that whole robot voice.
Yeah. That Kendrick got more confident in his own voice.
Yeah, because the whole robot thing, we know, and we was like, why he's doing that on features, but he kind of stopped that now, so that might be dated. But it was cool. Like, it's not as fire as the internet's is making it to be. Like, people think when you put two great artists like that, it's always gonna be a hell of a result. Like, oh, this shit is insane. It's like, nah. And I never like when to be honest, I never like when Wayne has features because usually he just like he gonna lay his verse first, and then we might get a subpar verse second, and maybe it's just because he's that great of an MC, being Wayne.
Yeah. Now, this is what I will say is okay. The Carter 5, like, was it worth the wait? I mean, it was like after all the Lil Wayne music you got in this past decade, it was nice to hear a project that you could deem a pretty to really good project from Wayne.
Right. Because, and the crazy thing is, he never took a break. Like, can we name a year where he actually just took a break and not released anything?
Yeah, because, I mean...
Since 2006, since Like Father, Like Son, like, I don't think this dude has taken a year off.
There's that. But it's also like, you got to remember, in this decade, he made I Am Not a Human Being 2.
Right.
You know how bad that album is?
Right. 1 and 2. Because I can't remember anything from I'm Not a Human Being 2. People forget in 2015 he had the Free Wayne. It was basically an album, but mixtape album. We can't really tell the difference now, but it's exclusive on Tidal, and that was 2015. So it's like he put out quote unquote an album 3 years ago. It just it wasn't the current.
Couldn't get. I felt a little uncomfortable with the album starting with his mother crying.
Yeah, somebody said that his mom sounded like Birdman, and it made me laugh.
I'm not gonna be that type of disrespectful. I wasn't really paying attention to how it was crying. I was like, I don't know if I should be hearing this. This is a little intimate for I think us as the listeners' ears. This is a private mother-son moment. And this is the intro? Oh, okay. Okay, I understand she's on the cover. It made me uncomfortable
because I had no idea what she was saying.
Yeah.
That Louisiana accent is something different. Like, I didn't understand most of that shit.
Yeah. They're calling in.
And then the thing that then they went ahead to the Don't Cry song. That's what made me like, okay, this is about to be a dark album.
Well, the extension thing, I was like, when I first heard that, I was like, I'm not gonna like this song. And then I heard him rap, and I was like, this isn't a bad song.
No, that's all I can say. I think it's number one right now on Apple Music. It's not a bad song though. Like, you know, the kids is gonna go to that song first. Because let's be clear, that's their Biggie. Wayne is their Biggie. Cudi is their Tupac. Anybody under 27, 25-ish and under, that's they dude. Cudi and Wayne. That's who they grew up on as kids.
Yeah. That's fair. And then we're going it's union time. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know.
It's union time.
I don't know why. I just love saying that now.
We gotta plug that in.
It's union time.
Yeah, we gotta do that sound bite. We gotta have a soundboard. I think that's next up.
But other than that, it's an album that I think is fairly decent, and that's kind of where I'll leave it. Like, I think it is, like, the interesting thing is I think it's one of the more impressive releases of this half of the year. Like, everything, like, after June, it's one of the more impressive albums, particularly, like, one of the more impressive rap albums. But, you know, then we're going to talk about 24. I think people were
just happy. Not my fault. I think people were just happy that it finally came out. Because first of all, when he got out the contract, I was like, okay, that means we got to wait another year or two for the album. It was like, no, the album's coming out now. When he finally announced it week before last, and it was like, damn, I mean, shit, better late than never, I guess. But the expectations, you know, in this decade, a lot of people want you to fail more so they succeed. I know a lot of people want the album to be weak just so they can have something to talk about.
I know this about us. I can't really speak for anybody else. But I know for us, we always want something to be good. Like, even if it's someone we're not, like, huge fans of, we want it to be good because it just helps.
Right.
Like, I never met it's very weird when people, like, want an album to be bad. But having said all of that, I think it's an interesting thing that we have come to this point where that's a 23-song album and people are, like, going crazy over it. And I feel that there was a 20-plus song album this year that was better than that. which was Drogas Wave.
Right.
And you wanted to compare these two. And at first I didn't. But then I looked at it and I was like, this is a good comparison because people, particularly us, we're a little bit older, we're a little more washed. So our generation has always been like, you're either on the Lupe side or you're on the Lil Wayne side. Like that, when it came to like, who do you think is like the prime lyricist of that era?
Right.
Is really those two.
Yeah, because it was at the right time.
But
like, of course, Wayne had a 6-year, 7-year gap on him when we know who Lil Wayne was, the Block Inside album and all that. And then Lupe just got on Touch the Sky. For those outside of Chicago, he got on the Touch the Sky song on Late Registration. And he was like, all right, who is this dude? And then if you were on the hiphopgame.coms, like I was in the other forums, you would hear songs like Switch and you're like, okay, this dude and Rhyme 8 mixtapes. And it was kind of like, oh, okay, this is what's going on right now.
Like the first time I heard Failure, I was like, yo, this is like,
right.
How can someone rap this good? But and then
rap that good and stayed on beat, because there's a lot of people that's the thing, and we'll get into how it's two different styles of Wayne. Like I hate doing the comparison thing, but it's hip hop. That's how it goes. It's competition, even though I feel like competition is a violation. But at the same time, you still have to compare and put aside lyrics, because lyrics is always going to be the forefront. Like we listen to so-called mumble rap. I'm really waiting for that Gunna project dropping this week.
Well, you know what
Gunna and
it's old mumble rap is just old hip hop fans who don't want to admit that they don't know what the new kids are saying, because that's what old people who didn't used to listen to rap used to complain about rap. Like, I don't even know what they saying. I don't know. Now old heads here like, oh yeah, I don't even know what they saying. They just mumble, saying the same thing, but they just call it mumble rap. Because it's like, oh, I know what other rappers are saying, but I just don't know what they saying.
Well, I think they've been listening because there ain't too many so-called mumble rappers anymore. Like these dudes speaking pretty clear to me, except for Thug. But I still listen to Thug. But everybody else kind of speaking clear.
There's that, and everybody likes to say Migos is mumble rap. I was like, well, what do you say about Camp Lo or Das Effects or Bone Thugs and Harmony?
That's what I was about to say about Das Effects. Like, I still don't know what the hell that man was talking about, but I can tell you every single word from Bad and Bougie.
Yeah. Like, it was dope. Like, I ain't saying Das Effects or any of them are whack. I'm saying, like, they talked in their own slang. They talked in their own dialect from their era and where their region and where they from. And it was dope. But mumble rap is also just old New York heads hating.
Well, shit, they got a mumble rapper now right now. That's an internet star. I can't say too much about his music. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but Mr. Treyway himself, who is hilarious to me now. Like, I went from like, this kid is off the shits, but this kid is hilarious to me now. He is, once again, that whole troll thing, this man is mastering it very well.
Yeah. And, I mean, New York do got Sheck West, and that Mo Bamba song is great.
Is that where? Oh, yeah, Sheck is from there.
Yeah, he's from Harlem. Shout out to Harlem.
I like his newest song. I need to listen to Mo Bamba again, but I like his newest song more than that. But that every time I turn around, I just see Mo Bamba get more views.
Hey, man. Mo Bamba about to end up here, and, like, you know how hot would Joel Embiid end up if Mo Bamba out here with a Rihanna date before him?
Oh, he already want to take the kid head off him. When they had a scrimmage this summer, he was trying to put the work on him. He definitely gonna do that.
Yeah. You know how I know Joel Embiid is good? Because he can talk about everybody, but when you talk about him, he don't know how to. He not that good with the jokes.
Oh no, he goes straight for the core. He just like the dude in the snap battle. Once you start hitting them, then they want to start going with the personal shit. All you do
Yeah,
is just keep going.
yeah.
You know, and I
You're like,
mean, try to make them play defense. That's all you need to really do with Joe and B. That'll do
he can play defense.
it. Yeah,
He
he a big man.
he can play pretty good defense. Just his footwork is good.
Oh, no, that feet work is phenomenal.
What else?
That's that soccer.
Yeah. What
I
else?
swear, this is the same Hellboy that came out 10 years ago. You're not gonna tell me they just about to add an extra. This is the remaster version of Hellboy 2.
What?
I'm sorry. While we was talking, I was just looking up. They showed the poster for Hellboy. Like, come on, Warner Brothers. Y'all not going. Is this Warner Brothers? No, it's Lionsgate.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bruh. This looks like Hellboy from 2014, 2004.
What movie is it?
Hellboy. They bringing a new Hellboy out next year.
Huh.
I'm gonna still watch it. Exactly. And I'm like, they rebooted it. They finished like last year. I'm gonna still watch it, but it's like, I swear it looked like the same exact movie. Man, they love it.
All right.
But nah. So the whole Lupe versus what I was saying is I got to figure out which of those albums are going to end up my album this year, because both of them had bars. And I don't even want to say I got the category for that. It just both of them had the essence of what it's supposed to be. It's just bars. Like, a lot of people were turned off a little bit by Drago's, concept and the whole water thing. And a little bit when I listen to it now, I'm like, I understand what they mean. And then when I first heard that, I was like, all right, yeah, I know it's a concept album. Great, it's bars. But the thing with me is it's just like, I mean, he's rapping. That's all you can ask for. And that's what I was trying to go back to with the whole mumble thing. Like, that's great for hip hop. I feel like we are to go to Asian hip hop right now, because you can still go back to the older stuff. You can listen to new stuff, and a lot of it's microwave, but hell, you can listen to it or not listen to it. You got Spotify, beloved, turn it off. And hopefully you got Spotify Premium. But hip hop is always going to be, the essence of it is bars. The essence of it is rapping. It's rhyming, no matter what.
Yeah, I remember I told my younger brother this. I was like, I don't mind mumble rap. I was like, but there is a danger in a bunch of artists coming up not really wanting to learn how to rap that good. I was like, this is kind of what did rock and roll in, where it's like a bunch of dudes really wanted to write good songs, but not really play their instruments well. And the moment you do that, that kills it. Because the thing for rock and roll, as good as the songs were, it was about the guitar solos and drums and the bass and all of that, as well as the voice. It was about the total thing. Hip hop is different because hip hop is it turned into pop music a lot faster than rock music did. Like, in certain ways. Well, I won't say that. That's actually not true. What I mean is hip hop adapted to pop music in ways that rock didn't necessarily do. Like, hip hop enjoyed like flaunting its success so much that sales became a big deal. Like, if your album didn't sell, it didn't matter if it was good or bad. We weren't rocking with it because you were a flop. Oh, you don't sell records, so why are we talking to you?
Right.
So it became this really weird thing where it was like, yo, hip hop, the rules of hip hop became basically the same rules as like pop stars. Like, the more you have more power when the more popular you are. So if you're selling 5 million records, you get to talk shit to the person selling 500,000 because, oh, all you did was go gold. I'm going 5 times platinum. Get the fuck out of here.
Shouts out to Millie.
Yeah.
Right. You can't imagine if Nelly was in this decade doing what he was doing. I think he'll still be
Nelly,
Nelly, but to a certain extent.
well, the thing about Nelly in this decade, we would think Nelly is a much better rapper than what we think of him.
Oh, absolutely. If he was like, let's say you put Nelly the whole time thing, you put him in. How old was he when he first came out? Like 25 ish. Let's just say 25 around that. In 2018, yeah, I think he'll be mad successful. He's not gonna do them 10 million units, of course, because even back then that was a little like out in the ordinary. So now it'd definitely
But
be like, bro, if you move a mill and you're not Drake, I think you're doing pretty well in life.
yeah, which I think Nelly in this era, even if you change nothing about Nelly other than production, I think he does fine here. I
Yo,
think he
imagine
does
him
fine.
off the bat and Bougie. What beat can he go off on? Imagine he was on every like Young Thug beat.
Yeah, or just a Young Thug, Young Nelly song. Steve Harvey would
That
be
would be fire.
Steve Harvey would be pissed off. Steve
Oh
Harvey already
man,
pissed.
he already pissed off. But then, did you see what Pusha did? Yo, Pusha, somebody
Pusha
was right. Anybody with box braids, you want to leave alone.
and someone made the point. Pusha T is a little brother, man. He is a little brother. You don't just come at little brothers. They stay ready to antagonize. Like they always got to come back. And
Right.
I mean, which one of us is really sitting here saying like never mind. I don't want to disrespect Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey didn't do nothing. Steve Harvey just got
I
put in
mean,
something for wearing suits.
right, but he been hearing them jokes for like 20 some odd years.
Yeah, it's just the fact that the whole world heard it because Drake.
Of the this, yeah.
So now he like oh y'all that's what we doing now.
I like the fact that Steve was stunned on people and talking about their wallet. And that's just something he used to say on the Steve Harvey show he never condoned. But now that's when he was doing the radio. Now he doing TV, getting
This
TV
nigga got
money. Like
money.
he getting insane TV money. I should say that.
Yeah. So I mean, I would stunt too if I'm getting Family Feud money, like
Somebody
game
said
show
that shit was
money.
about to stop.
I don't know.
Maybe they sure. Right. I'm like, why would you say that?
I don't see a reason for it to stop. White people love Steve Harvey. They love Steve Harvey.
Which is something I never thought I'd see. There's a lot of stuff happened this year alone. I never thought I'd see it. I mean, he been on there for like what, a couple of years now, give or take.
Yeah, he's been on there for a while, but he been good with white people for almost a decade now. Like he has been like Steve Harvey's been doing his thing. That's just what it is. You know, it's I don't know. But
But Pusha gotta definitely chill with these subliminals, bro. Like, come on, man.
well, Pusha T not
Like,
even
bro,
He's not even doing it subliminally. He just telling you to your face. Like Push from that era where it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna say something. Was that about me? Yeah.
right.
A word?
When
Yep.
he said he saw Birdman out here in LA, he said he was by himself in the elevator. Birdman was like with 20 people. He just said he just walked off.
Yeah. So
I said Virginia
like,
must have been different in the 90s.
there's that. But man, it's a wild thing. What else you want to talk about? You want to talk about? You want to talk about?
Should we talk?
Huh?
You want to talk? Let's talk about another person that was up there in that whole, not his lyrical thing, but he was up there at the time when rappers were really doing heavy numbers, and we were putting him on a top 20, top 30, however list you want to do, being T.I. I'll first off say that T.I. is definitely Probably top 20.
I like T.I.
I'll give him
I
a
just
ton.
noticed.
I'll give him a ton.
I noticed something like looking at the Dime Trap artwork, and I was like, man, no matter what you do, no matter what happens when an artist gets older, all they album covers just start looking bad. Like there's nothing you can do about that. Like name an older artist who has like dope album covers.
Gucci Mane.
Which one?
Yeah, because most of them,
You think those are
his
good?
covers be dope.
The Mr. Davis one is pretty good, but like,
Well, except
okay,
for the one with first day out on it. Like this man flexing. I guess he wanted to show like, yo, they got both flexing in the beam.
like Jay ain't had a cold album cover since American Gangster. 444 is a nice. It's not a bad one, but it's not cold. Like, remember when T.I. had the King album cover? That was a tight
Yeah.
album cover.
His best one is still trap music or urban legend.
Yeah, yeah. But then go look at Trouble Man and how it looked
I'm
like.
looking at him now,
It looked like a Red Dead Redemption poster.
which we're gonna get into later on.
Yeah,
Because Paper Trail was dope. The Trouble Man one, I understand where he was going with that.
the Paper Trail one is bad too. The Paper Trail one looked like a Mission Impossible credit scene. This is all my personal preference. This is all my personal preference. And then this one looked like he 3D printed the album cover.
Yeah, I want to know. First of all, this is his first album in 4 years. Like, I don't know what's up. Maybe him and Wayne had a plan this whole time. Like, we're gonna drop at the same time. Like, maybe this is a plan.
If that's the case, we need a Luda album.
We had one like 2 years ago.
We did.
I remember the cover for that. This man had like a Cash Money type cover, and not the ugly ones that are beautiful, but like he had a jet and an old Bentley. That was the album cover. It was like Ludaversal, if I'm not mistaken.
And that Fast and Furious.
He said we did. Right. That's how much it is. Where we don't need to hear. Well, we didn't need a new Tyrese album. We don't never need a new Tyrese album. He could keep that shit over there. He got some songs. If you put some Tyrese songs on, I will play. You play it, how you gonna act like that right now? I'll play that loud.
Yeah. Or, just play Sweet Lady.
Right.
The one we singing on the back of the bus. We all been there.
Or falling or whatever it is. Now that I'm falling, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I think that's
I was done falling in love with you. Because I didn't really like the Zodiac one.
No, I hate that song. That's one of the most watched songs in history. Like, bro, Are you Capricorn? Like, nigga, no, she's none of that. So, Lunaversal was March 31st, 2015. And I promise to God, I've not listened to that album. But let me tell you who's on the credits for the producers. Track 1 has David Banner.
Nice.
Track 2 has The Interns, who are famously known for working with Chris Brown. 4 is, I might have to listen to this shit. I'm gonna listen to it. 4 is Illmind and Frank Dukes. Like, I'm about to listen to the Chris album. Because I didn't like. I remember it came out. I swear I have not listened to the album. Like, that's sad. Like, it is because of the Fast and Furious money. He was like, man, when a new one coming out, bro? Y'all about to go to space this time, right? Yeah. Number 5 is Beast Mode with 15,000 or Nothing, who have worked with Lupe. Yeah, I think they work with Lupe a lot in the game.
Yeah. The game. They work a lot with Just Blaze. He used them a lot as a band.
Yeah, that's right, because they like a live band from out here, I think, as well. Track 8, Interlude, Come See Me with DJ Toon. Number 9, Come See Me, featuring Big Crit, produced by Mike Will. 11, featuring Monica the Pull-Up Queen, has a Justice League beat. Track 13, once again, is Illmind. And track 14 has Just Blaze. Why the fuck have I not listened to this album?
We sitting up here saying this album washed, and we like, wait, we are washed because that sounds incredible. Like,
Well,
what the hell were we thinking?
they got samples, and the samples are like they got a Michael Jackson sample.
Yo, man, that Fast and Furious money can get clearances, man.
Bruh, track 15 with Just Blaze, fucking the great Just Blaze sample Human Nature. Why have I not listened to this album?
We haven't heard Human.
Just Blaze sample of Human Nature. Come on, bro. I'm gonna listen to this tonight. Let me get this ready.
People says it ain't hard to tell.
You're right.
Like I thought that was an untouchable sample at a certain point.
Well, the SWV, but that's when the song was only like 8 years old.
Yeah.
So the whole sampling thing was kind of like they didn't know.
Yeah, that and I mean, Michael Jackson kind of gave him the blessing on that one, because you know who produced that?
Was just a nice guy.
That was also
Neptunes.
Yeah, that's Pharrell saying SSWV.
You know, I know that. I'm a Neptune stan.
Yes,
I be knowing that. Yeah, I know who produced. I know what key he used.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But
yeah, the album's called Universal with a jet, a Bentley parking up to the jet.
Yeah.
This is not a Bow Wow challenge, kids. This is actually probably Ludacris's jet. That Fast and Furious money has been good to a lot of people.
That's the thing.
And Tyrese decided he wanted to fuck it up. So for himself.
That's the thing about the T.I. album cover, like it looks like he 3D printed Wakanda.
Let me look at this cover.
But not even like the Wakanda, like T'Challa Wakanda, like Killmonger's Wakanda.
The evil villain version.
Yeah, and that's the thing y'all got to stop doing. Stop trying to pretend like y'all want to be Killmonger. You should not want to be him.
No, because you don't want to smoke like he wanted it. That man was insane. He really wanted to smoke with everybody. He killed his own uncle.
Not just that. That man fucking he was willing to let Wakanda fall apart just to control it.
Right, like he don't understand. You got to rebuild this shit after this, bro.
Yeah, he wasn't looking for rebuilding.
He wasn't. And I ain't seen you bring out no bags.
No, there was no rebuilding. That man didn't have no tools. But anyway,
I'm seriously kind of upset I haven't listened to this album. That's crazy. And he got his afro back, so he about to go back into old Ludacris mode.
Oh shit!
I'm on his Instagram. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. He got the little mini Webby afro.
Hey.
So, and I mean, Ludacris is one of those rappers too, like that doesn't get talked about. Like this man is definitely he on the list of one of the greatest ever, without question.
Yeah. Well, is he?
No, absolutely. Like, let me see if I can remember, because I used to know all his lyrics for the most part, because I was 12, 13, around that age, buying this man albums at Target. Shouts out to the employees that didn't ask my mom to come into the store to buy this album for me because it had a parental advisor on it. What did he say? Let me see if I can remember. I'm probably going to fuck it up, but I got people scared as fuck. Like when condoms break, or how your heart feels like eating 80 pounds of steak. Was that on Oh No? Yeah, that was on Oh No. I know the Swiss Beast song.
Huh.
Right. He definitely on the list. Like, he played, like, it's songs that it was some shit that people was really getting their ass beat to, and then he'll make songs like Saturday, and he'll go off on songs like that.
Yeah, like, okay, you know how cold you have to be to get white people to love Move Bitch and like let black people be aggressive to that song?
Absolutely. And if you put it on to this day, we all know Mystico's part, but we all shouldn't repeat it.
No. Because, you know, with privilege comes responsibility. And on that note, since we're talking about privilege, can I go off for a little while? I want to do my Stephen A. I'm gonna do my Stephen A. or my Skip Bayless or Shannon, you know, where they do the thing. They start talking,
You-
and they prepare you for going off, and they're just like, "Look, I just want to tell you right now, I respect you. I respect your position. We talk about this all the time." They always love saying that one. Like we talk about this all the time off the air. But
Nah, you gotta go. I prefer the way Stephen A. does because he'll just sit there and look at his laptop and then he'll wait. I respect that man, but then he go real New York into it, especially when it comes to the Yankees, which I need to see about because they made the wild card, which is wild.
yeah. But anyways, so all right. I don't care whether you're political or not. You all been seeing the Supreme Court thing with Brett Kavanaugh and Miss Christine Blasey Ford, Dr. Ford, if you will. And the whole thing about him and his friend when a kid sexually assaulting her and while he was drunk and him not wanting to admit it, partly because he can't, because the statute of limitations in Maryland, there are no statute of limitations, I think, on rape or sexual assault. So it's not only that he refuses to admit it, he can't because he could be indicted upon admission because it would be an admission of guilt, which he could face jail time for. Now,
Right.
having said all of that, that lady went in front of Congress, very nervous, and it sounded like she told the truth. Like, I really think that lady told the truth.
Absolutely.
And this is how I know he told the truth. Because A, y'all think this is like some con game. What the hell do you think con artists do? Like, do you really think they just sitting here trying to ruin you? It's not Ocean's 11 where they have some moral compass. They just want your money. And you think they want to do it against someone that public, that open, with that type of resources? Like, you really think conning Brett Kavanaugh is a smart thing? That man used to work in the White House at one point. He got ties. You can disappear.
Easily.
Now, so that's the first thing. We sitting up here saying, "Oh, we don't know if she believed her because why is she coming out all of a sudden now?" And like, what the hell are y'all talking about? Y'all love calling out people for things they used to do a long time ago, whether you Republican or Democrat. We called out Harvey Weinstein for, sexually assaulting and probably raping a few girls. And we also got James Gunn kicked off of Guardians of the Galaxy for old pedophilic and rapey tweets. So let's not sit here and pretend that both sides don't like going up and bringing up old shit. That's what we do. That's
Right.
what we do. Now, the next thing, that lady was poised. She was very, very in control. And I felt bad about that because if that lady started crying in front of them, if that lady got angry in front of them, if that lady got hysterical in front of them, they would have used that as an excuse to dismiss what she was talking about or what she's saying, because they would have said she's hysterical or she's too emotional.
Right.
Well, lo and behold, this white boy come out and he does all of that. He starts shouting at people. He starts saying wild conspiracy theories. He starts crying. Like, yo, the job is way harder than this interview right now. Like, you're going to be on the Supreme Court. You're going to have to decide things that change people's lives forever. Forever. Like, I don't think y'all understand that. Like, make a decision. Like, let me tell you tomorrow that, like, if you say yes to this will change how people, buy houses for the next 70 years. You know how stressful you're going to be weighing that yes or no? And this motherfucker in a hearing, he can't even answer simple yes or no questions. Simple yes or no questions. And we want that dude to be like the dude that's like, yeah. Decide the good of America when the rest of us can't really come to a conclusion, you're supposed to be one of the most, you're supposed to have some of the greatest foresight and the greatest interpretation of the law and how we as Americans operate and what we deem to be sufficient enough to be a governing law. When we ourselves can't personally decide what is acceptable and not acceptable. That's what the Supreme Court is.
Right.
The tiebreaker. And this dude up here, hey, she says she wants an FBI investigation. She wants you to test her gangster. What about you? You saying it's not true? You want us to test your gangster? Motherfucker goes silent. He acted like Tron in that Chappelle skit where you just kept saying fifth, except he didn't say it. He might as well have said it. I would have respected him more for saying that.
Right. Or I plead the fifth. Something like that.
Yeah. And if you don't think white privilege existed before watching that, go watch that and tell me white privilege don't exist. Because there were senators apologizing to him that they had to ask him questions about this. No one apologized. Those same dudes didn't apologize to that woman. That woman started talking. She was clearly traumatized by this. Everyone's saying like, oh, well, she doesn't remember certain parts. They brought in psychologists and therapists to tell you, experts to tell you that, hey, when traumatic things happen like this to people, they don't necessarily remember every detail. I'll give y'all an example. Black people, we love to say traumatic shit happened to us all the time. Can you remember every detail of something traumatic that happened? Like every single traumatic thing. You remember the traumatic thing, but you don't remember everything about it.
Right.
Come on, some of y'all been held at gunpoint. You can't tell me what the nigga was wearing, what this and that, how he sounded. All you know is that there was a gun in your face the first time and you were really scared.
Absolutely. And when you tend to have a gun in your face, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking like, damn, how can I run? Or if this dude dropping something, I'm going to beat the dog shit out of him. So no matter what he got on.
Yeah, you're just thinking, how do I get out of this without dying? Now, imagine if...
As a person that's been in that situation, oh yeah, on multiple occasions, I could definitely tell you that.
Now imagine you a girl. Two drunk dudes pull you into a room, throw you on the bed. One get on top of you, start trying to take off your clothes. You try and scream, they put their hand over your mouth. You gonna remember every detail, or what you gonna be thinking about? I'm trying to get home. I'm trying to get out of here. Let me get out of here. I need to figure out a way to get out of this. I'm gonna get hurt. Like you ain't. Yeah. Now, I go here because there was something today that I saw, and it was talking about people that believe Brett Kavanaugh, people that don't. The people that believe Brett Kavanaugh is unsurprisingly overwhelmingly white, particularly white men. White women is still a strong amount of white women that believe him, but it's getting to the point where they're white Republicans are losing white women too. Now, I say that because the people who believe Dr. Ford, the woman, when it comes to black people, it is 83%. We hear that woman's testimony and we believe her. Y'all turn around and think Bill Cosby is being set up because he tried to buy NBC.
Right, conspiracy theories.
Yeah, yeah. Over here is they sitting over here crying because they think, oh yeah, they only doing this because Democrats don't want this. Nah, and black people sitting here like, nah, she just probably telling the truth, bro. You probably really did that. We over here with Cosby like, this is a sham. He was trying to buy NBC. Do you think he did it? It's a setup, because why would they bring this up all of a sudden now? Oh, word. Y'all niggas need to keep that same.
So what was that at in the 70s when all this shit was going on? When he was at probably 10 at that point, if not more. Because he got convicted of 1. But what's the number? 32? 34?
Well, it's the cold shit. He would get caught and he would settle with these women before they would go to court.
Right,
He'd be
absolutely.
like,
and that's some of them that actually weren't petrified out their mind. Like, oh, I'm going to give you some money.
yeah. Now, imagine, think about this. We asking why these women didn't come forward. And think about Brett Kavanaugh. This white woman got sexually assaulted in the 80s and didn't come forward. If they not women believing
Right.
white women in the 80s, what you think they gonna do to black women? Particularly,
Right, because Cosby had them all though.
yeah.
But he had them all. It don't matter what color you were. That's fucking creep. No matter
And
what color you were, he's like, nah.
that's where it gets even trickier. People love Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby got to a point where Bill Cosby almost, I don't want to say he transcended race because he always let his blackness be known, but we didn't care. Like, white people didn't care that Bill Cosby was proud to be black. They just loved Bill Cosby because Bill Cosby was also wholesome.
Yeah.
So that's what they connected to, that wholesomeness. They didn't maybe necessarily connect to all the blackness or the Dizzy Gillespie or, you know, the fact that he made a different world. It was the fact that he was wholesome that they liked.
Right.
That's why they put him in Ghost Dad and the Cosby Mysteries. There's no reason for those fucking shows or movies, but they liked him, so they put him in that stuff.
Right. And because it's stand-up. It's more so from his stand-up and his personality, but more so I would think his stand-up. It's because at the time it was very clean, whereas Richard Pryor was getting a lot of work because you can't stop certain things from happening no matter what. You couldn't stop a Richard Pryor ever because that man was destined to be what he was going to be. But at the time, he was just very dirty, dropping the N-bomb and everything. So it was like, okay, we could get him in movies, but we can't really market him out. And then don't let me get started with Barbara Gregory and Paul Mooney. Yeah. So
there was that. And there was also the Lenny Bruce time where like Lenny Bruce was doing this and he was being disgusting on purpose. Like, the thing about Lenny Bruce is Rodney Dangerfield was one of his writers.
Yeah.
So think about Rodney Danger's stand-up and how disgusting that was. And then think about the shit Lenny Bruce was saying in the 60s.
Right. Which is very like alien at the time to go that far.
Yeah. And then, I mean, here it comes. Like right after that, you got Richard, you got Joan Rivers. Who else showing up? Carlin shows up. Like, all these people start showing up that are just doing some wild, raunchy, risque shit. And you got Cosby who's still clean as a whistle. And people liked Bill. All of them liked Bill because Bill was funny. But, yeah, we also, you know, people also knew how Bill got down. Like, you know, women got told stories. Oh, yeah. Don't go nowhere don't be alone with him. If he give you something to drink, don't drink it. Don't fall asleep in his house.
They were saying that shit 30-some years ago.
30-some years ago. It's not like dudes didn't know it.
If not longer, because we got to remember this man been a part of the entertainment business, what, 1962, 3, somewhere around there?
Yeah, and like, bruh, Quaalude's been around for a long time. Sleeping Pill's been around for a long time.
Right.
Like, I'm just saying, like, if he was doing it that much, like, I don't know if that's something he just started kicking it with, but he definitely.
That's the known thing. Like, that was the known thing. Like, all right, she say no, then go ahead and give her the Spanish fly, whatever the fuck they call it. So that shit has been around forever. Now, Quaaludes died out in the 80s, so you got to just take a guess as to how long that shit been around.
But the thing is, also, so this is an interesting thing because one of my homeboys brought this up. He was like, how do you convict somebody with no physical evidence and this and that? And that is the biggest, and I repeat, the biggest, like, fallacy in rape cases. Because, okay, do you know the 3 things you need to get a conviction in a rape case? Like the 3 slam dunk things. So you need either
A testimony?
You need a credible witness testimony, you need a confession, or you need videotape. Those are the three things you need.
Now the
So, like,
videotape thing, a lot of these fucking freaks do videotape the shit. It just they got the stash probably in the closet, in the back of a closet underneath some type of wood carving.
there's that, but even if it's not as like that much law and ordery, like let's say it's not videotape. So let's say you're a person who's raped and you know you want to report it. You don't have a witness, you can't get a confession, and there's no tape. Trauma to the area that was raped does not indicate rape. All it indicates that rough, forceful sex was happened, but they can't contend that it was not consensual. It's all hearsay at this point. So what it turns into is a battle of character. And that's where it gets tricky, because how do you beat Bill Cosby?
You can't. At a certain point, you couldn't be. Now because the time has changed, and I think he really started the welcome in of the Me Too movement. It was growing for a while, and you know, it was gonna happen eventually, just because shit could only happen for so long before somebody say, all right, it's enough. So somebody took it upon themselves to finally be like, all right, let's start this movement. But he really fathered it in. Well, he didn't father it in. The man that snitched on him, even though it's not technically snitching on him, he just brought it into this decade being Hannibal Buress. So
yeah, and
eventually somebody gonna have to talk about him really bringing this shit up the forefront, and they use Cosby as a sacrificial lamb, and then that's when all hell broke loose.
Yeah, well, that's the wild shit. Like, I mean, you're not a sacrificial lamb. You're only a sacrificial lamb if I consider you innocent. At that point, it's just you just the first one. But the wild shit was someone brought this up in 2002 when Tina Fey was on Saturday Night Live. She made a Cosby joke, like he was a rapey dude,
right?
And
then we have seen cases of it. It just all came like, damn. Certain things in life, I feel like you just gotta just wait for it, and then people be like, oh shit, like the whole thing with what's her name that was in Four Brothers? That's on that show with Al Bundy.
Oh, Sofia Vergara.
Yeah, Ed O'Neill. When they were on, I think it was 2001. Whoever the show was mad. He had wallet. Like he was wilding. So that was kind of like, that was one video we have of him wilding out. I think it's another one too.
Well, there's that, but there's also you know what was funny? You know what I thought about is the most amazing thing about this? You know what would have saved him? One thing would have saved him from all of this coming out potentially. If he didn't hate poor black people.
Right. Okay, now I'm about to go Stephen A on that one.
Go ahead. Because that's why Hannibal, that's the only reason Hannibal went at him like that. Because like in the 2000s, Bill Cosby made it his mission to tell like poor black people that you are the reason that the black race has not succeeded, because y'all not holding y'all end of the bargain. It was like, yo, I know you gave money, bro, but like it's bigger than that. But go ahead.
Right, because he was. See, that's where he fucked up at. I never been a Cosby fan. Like, yeah, he had some jokes, and I watched the Cosby show. Whichever one that was, the second one that came out like in the 90s, that had my man's from Cool Runnings. I forgot that shit, but so that was cool. I'm a big fan of him. My thing was, even though, like you said, he was donating to the NAACP, United Negro College Funds, he was donating to all these charitable causes that benefit those, particularly that come from a background where they want to go to college but can't afford it. Now, my thing is, how the fuck you donate and then at the same time you slap me in my face like, hey, bro, I'm gonna give you this $20, but no, you ain't shit because you don't have your own $20. And that's what it seemed like to me. Somebody who was famous that long that came from North Philly in the 40s, 50s, who came up from poverty himself personally to become a predominant figure in the entertainment business. Because once again, it went away from the whole color aspect. We knew he was black, but he was accepted by those who weren't black. To then go on and say, hey, you sagging your pants, which at the time we have no distinct knowledge of why people were sagging their pants. We just thought rappers were doing it. Little did we know it was something that related to prison. And you would hear that, but you didn't fucking know because we didn't have the same world that we have now where I could just Google this shit and find out in seconds. But then he said, you sag your pants, you come from a single parent household, you ain't shit. In front of the people he giving money to. If it's me, and because I got a lot of pride when it comes to certain things, I'm like, fuck it. Fuck college. It ain't meant to go if I got to go through this and be bashed. And that's where he messed up at. And it was kind of like the whole thing where Tiger Woods, he just denounced his race and came up with some race nobody ever heard of. It was like, all right, we already know what the menace is. With Cosby, it was like, bro, you supposed to be with us and you helping us out. Yet you saying we ain't shit. So it's like, which one is it? So he lost his guard. He lost the offensive line, if you want to say that. So when everything happened the past couple of years, you see him coming out by himself with little to no support up until now because woke Twitter decided they wanted to defend this motherfucker all of a sudden when y'all were just bashing him 2 years ago. But now, oh, it's a black man get arrested. Get the fuck out of here. You just said you wanted him arrested 2 years ago. So which one is it?
Yep.
So it's like, very contradictory. And then the motherfucker, like most of y'all, the motherfuckers that's really tweeting it, bro, you younger than me. You ain't seen now episode of the fucking Cosby Show. You don't even know what TV land is.
There's that. But it's even like, okay, we did this on the Boondocks. Not every black person that gets arrested, they're conspiring against. Is it possible that he was trying to buy NBC and this stuff came out? So what you saying? That all of a sudden he was trying to buy NBC and someone told Hannibal Buress to go say that?
Right.
Like, so what we saying Hannibal Buress is an agent for the people?
Right. And then what are these people they speaking on? When people say this shit, motherfuckers be on YouTube so much. Say the fucking name.
Yeah. And this is another thing. If you get all your news from YouTube stars and YouTube people, you lose a lot of credit in my eyes. You lose a lot of credit. And the reason I say that is this is the difference. This is why I still go to print journalism, even though, and like media, even though it has its problems. If you get caught lying there, that's your job. You ain't never getting another good job again, or it's going to take a long time for you to get back to it. You know what happens if you get caught lying as a YouTube person?
You end up like your man's. That's off YouTube and Twitter.
Well, look how long it took Alex Jones. He got to make millions before he did that. He still got his app. He still got his app. Like his app. Yeah, his app is still thriving. His app is still thriving. So it's not like he's really lost anything. He got to lie and say wild shit and got a whole bunch of people to believe him while, you know, we get these people who are like, well, I can't necessarily say this is true. This is just what we know. And then when some new information come out, oh, you liar, da-da-da. We don't ever cook Alex Jones like that. We don't ever cook, Breitbart like that for lying. Even when it's clear that they're lying. But anyways.
It's hell. Anybody that got to make a point and yell after it, yo, I don't believe you. You need more people.
Yeah, and that's what Kavanaugh did. He out there shouting at people like,
right.
Bro.
I had no intention of doing that. That was something that would happen. All these lies that happened 20 years ago. When white dudes start going back and forth, they up here moonwalking on a lie. I mean, it's a lie like a motherfucker. That mean it's actually worse than what she said.
So this is all I'm saying. For a lot of y'all felt a little bad when y'all saw that Cosby mugshot. And knowing all I know about him, I ain't taking pleasure in him suffering, but just knowing that, you know, he used to just tell poor black people, y'all commit too many crimes. y'all go to jail too much. Y'all should be embarrassed of yourself. And then we find out he committing too many crimes. He about to go to jail, and now he feels embarrassed about himself. You know how I feel about that?
He definitely deserves a Kawhi laugh.
Like, that's how I feel. All I feel when I saw that was this is Kawhi
That
laugh.
kind of sounds like his laugh.
Yeah.
Yo, that kind of does sound like Cosby laugh though, which is something I would leave alone.
It kind of sounds like Eddie Murphy's laugh.
Oh yeah, shouts out to the legend for having his 10th kid and being able to pay all the child support and be like, what that do to me? What that's gonna do to me?
That Nutty Professor Dr. Doolittle money is no joke.
Bruh, I'm thinking about Raw.
You know what it is too? We forget about this. He got Shrek money too.
Oh yeah, he's still spending Raw money, but I wouldn't be surprised if he had Shrek money right now, just because he got 9 kids and 10 on the way.
He just probably forward all of the Shrek residuals to Nicole Murphy. Like,
yeah, because isn't that on like TBS like every day?
It's on that. It's on Netflix. It be on TV. It's on ABC Family or like Freeform now. It'd be Shrek is so cold they show it on the Disney Channel sometimes.
And that's DreamWorks.
Yeah, that's how cold Shrek was. Like, Shrek was so cold, Disney Channel was like, all right, we'll rock with it.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about Shrek.
Yeah, that's how much
think about Shrek.
That's how much money Eddie Murphy got. Where you're just like, yo, like, you think of Nutty Professor, you think of Beverly Hills Cop, you think of Dr. Doolittle, and then you're like, wait, he did Shrek.
Yeah, he definitely.
Like, Michael Myers hasn't done. Yeah, like Mike Myers been getting the bag off of Shrek forever. That's why you ain't seen the God in a long time. Cameron Diaz.
Yeah. Right, that and the Mask. But damn, bro, Eddie been famous a long time too.
Eddie been famous.
And all he did was just get like bad women. He like, the only thing y'all gonna get me on is having bad women. And a woman y'all still think about, and she probably 20 years your senior.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Nicole Murphy.
I told you I saw her in person during All-Star Weekend, right?
Nicole Murphy or Eddie?
No, Nicole. At some event I was at. Yeah, hey man, listen, there's levels to this shit. That's all I can say.
This was
levels to it. I was like, yeah. No, a little surprised. It was just big ass bodyguard, and me just staring because I said, listen, man. Because the whole time I was like, of course you're beautiful, but my main thing was like, bro, Eddie really won in life. It's just certain people that really win in life. Because I just looked and I was like, okay. Because I looked at her and I was just like, looking.
This is how much we love Eddie Murphy. Remember, what's her name from Spice Girls, Melanie B? She was.
I think he got 2 kids by her.
The black girl in Spice Girls.
Yeah, the one he got a kid by.
Yeah. He got her pregnant. We knew he got her pregnant. He lied and said, yeah, that's not mine. And he has never seen that kid once, as far as I know. He has denied that kid up and down.
No, he hasn't. And the kid looks like
it looks straight like him. She was like, I was fucking you and only you. Like, what you gonna do? Fuck Eddie Murphy and then go fuck a regular dude? Like, nah. Like, you find out your girl cheating on you with Eddie Murphy. Like, wait, you fucked him tonight? Nah, you can't touch me for another month or so. Nah. You gotta, like, I ain't gonna break up with you. You just gotta we gotta push this back.
Yeah, if I had a girl and she got hit by Eddie, I'm just like, hey man, you won. Like, that's all I can say. I gotta shake it. With certain people, I gotta shake your hand. Like, I might feel a little bit of weight, but I'm like, that. Like, bro, the word legend is thrown around a lot. That's it right there.
Like, imagine your girl, you find out your girl fucked Eddie Murphy that day, and then she come home and try and fuck you. How disrespectful is that of her to do that? Like, not to you, but to Eddie Murphy. Like, you're gonna fuck.
I'm like, you gotta go back there.
Yeah, like, you're gonna fuck one of, if not the funniest man to ever live, and then come try and fuck my regular ass. only thing I got going for me is benefits. That
Right.
just is the benefit.
Additional insurance.
Yeah. You know how rich this nigga is? He don't have insurance.
It ain't even a rich part. I mean, we know that because he been eating since the 80s. This is just like the stories that go with it, and just the catalog and the stories that go with it.
Yeah.
That's all I think about. Like, and like I said, there's just certain people in life I'll be like, man, have they ever taken an L? Like, I look at Eddie Murphy, I'm like, what's the last L he took? Like Pluto Nash. That movie was dope.
No, it wasn't. Don't do that.
I love Pluto Nash.
Pluto Nash, there was Meat Day, there was Norbit. Norbit actually had a few parts that make me laugh, so I'm gonna say Norbit.
Everything
you know what's
with,
the last L? You know what it was? This is the closest thing Eddie Murphy is ever taken to an L. Remember he got caught with that transgendered sex worker? And he said all he was doing was taking her home. And we rode with that. We was like, okay, that's good enough for us.
Yeah, he's a nice man.
Yeah. Like, we quietly joke about it, but in person, it's like, nah. He's just being a good Samaritan. What's wrong? What else would he be doing with her? He was just giving her a ride home. Her feet probably hurt. He's a sympathetic man. He was Sherman Klump. Sherman Klump wouldn't
And this
do
was
something.
Hollywood was like a nice place to go. You go to Hollywood to chill, eat, and all that.
Yeah. Nah, Hollywood
So
has always been a rough place. Hollywood's always been filled with like famous people, tourists, and druggies.
And more so now, just like tourists and druggies.
Yeah, man. Famous people was just like, we only show up here to work. We're gonna be out in Calabasas.
Chilling.
Yeah, man.
You know, Eddie, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, he 57 and got another kid on the way. That's crazy. 10. I didn't even know he had that many.
So, can we talk about how that's irresponsible to a certain degree? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like it's
it
irresponsible.
only could be his last. Like, knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But any moment, God forbid, could be his last.
Like, can you imagine if you like, you know, that child gonna be 12 years old, Eddie gonna be 69 years old. Like, I've heard of people having kids in their 40s. I don't trip on that. But yo, almost 60? Like, he ain't the only one. Richard Gere about to have another kid. He's 69 years old.
Dude, what's that just had his first kid? The man from the man from fucking Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, he had his first kid. He's 61. Bruh,
Mick Jagger just had a kid. He almost 80.
Mick been fucking for a while. I think he got 10 kids too.
Yeah, and you know the wild part? He got kids. He got kids for every generation. He got Generation Xers. He got Generation Z's, Y's. He got millennials. He got digital natives. Like, this nigga got everything.
Shit, that's Eddie too right now.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's got to be a certain level of, like, okay, you want to have kids, go ahead, have kids. I'm not punishing you for having kids. I'm just saying, like, that's wild that, like, you get that late in life and you're just like, yeah, I'll have a kid. Like, this is why I don't like dating younger women. Like, I swear, if I ever make a lot of money and I'm like 60, I'm getting a 55-year-old. I'm not going out here getting a 30-year-old or a 24-year-old. I want a 55-year-old.
Yeah.
Like you out here dating, you out here with these young girls, and I mean, more power to you, no disrespect. But it's like, yo, they still want things that you've already been through multiple times.
Exactly.
Like, they want kids. You probably just want to travel.
Right, and take pictures in Dubai. That's it.
Like now you got to travel with a baby seat.
And that's beyond wash.
Yeah, like
Yo, somebody got beat the hell out of Jacquees. He gotta stop taking people's songs and making it his. This nigga's doing the Elvis Presley in reverse.
I never mind. I'm not gonna.
The
No,
man,
this will happen when you
he
sign the
did the
Birdman.
boot up and he signed the who?
Ain't he working with Birdman? This is what happened. This is the only way he.
That's right. He used with Cash Money. It took his album like 10 years to come out, and he only like 24.
Yeah, like yo, y'all got to stop rocking with Birdman, man. Not that he like won't get you paid, but like if you're trying to become a star, you got to kind of become a star in spite of him. Like this
man really
man with Birdman, he's with Birdman. Birdman didn't produce. If we're going to be honest and give him credit to his name, because we have to, Birdman produced, put Juvenile out there. He put BG out there. He put the Hot Boys out there. Big Timers, Manny Fresh, Lil Wayne, Drake, Nicki. Hell, I'll even give him credit for Tiger. Even though Tiger says he never got paid for them, he got a lot more exposure under Young Money than anywhere else he's ever gotten.
Right.
So, like, we can't sit here and pretend like, you know, Cash Money hasn't and Birdman hasn't put out stars. So the fact that you out here on the internet almost every week covering someone else's song, like, bro, who are you, Weird Al?
It's weird now because it's like he doing the reverse of what Tory Lanez will use a song and switch it up and it'll be kind of fire and it'll definitely be better than his shit because it's not that good. But with Jacquees, this dude just did the Jada remix. He don't know OVO roll deep.
Yeah, man. You don't like run in the Baca once. You don't want that.
Right. Bach was ready to throw hands with Pusha. Bach, I understand you got the teeth and your
Also, you gotta remember Drake. Also, you gotta remember Drake got Jamaican and British shooters. And if you think American people are grimy, yo, go talk to them Brits or them island boys.
Man's
like,
they froze.
For real. Like, man is cute with them songs. Like, you think he made cute songs? How did you make a Beanie Man will have you missing?
His cousins will. Beanie too, but his cousins definitely do it.
But I'm not saying he gonna put the work in himself, but he'll put the word in. Cause
everybody like to go to Jamaica.
Yeah, you better check in with Beanie. You better call Sean Paul too.
Right. I didn't know Sean Paul been on for like 20 years. I thought Sean Paul came on and give me the light. No, Sean Paul been on since like 98.
That's what America do when we don't know what to do with music. We just go back to dance hall. Like every time. Every single time. Remember in the early 90s when we didn't know what was about to pop off? Shop Ranks popped off. The early 2000s, we didn't know what was about to pop off. Sean Paul popped off.
Sean Paul.
We didn't know what was about to pop off in this mid to late 2000s. All of a sudden, Popcorn popping off. People doing, you know, like Drake doing more Caribbean things. You got Diplo out here doing Major Lazer. Major Lazer disappoints me too. Major Lazer.
Well, the last two tracks actually been cool. He got the Nigerian artist I listen to, Mr. Easy.
Oh, okay.
But I understand what you mean by that. Like it's been pretty good. Was that him? No, it's another. Yeah, he did. So last track he got him on, but Mr. Easy was on another track. So I'm into the like Nigerian. I've been listening to a lot of Nigerian music. I've been in my bag.
I thought it was dope that like Major Lazer was this idea of like, okay, these two popular white EDM dudes are gonna just show all types of respect to Caribbean music from reggae, dancehall, all that, and just put them on the album and let them do their thing. I was like, yo, this is dope. And then, of course, people caught on and
got stupid.
Then we got
Then the festival kids, they gotta do the shit for the festival kids and do them stupid ass dubstep drops with the Jamaican.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, I don't mind Ariana Grande, I don't mind Pusha T or anything like that on songs, but it's like, yo, I wanted Bungie Garland on this. I wanted, you know, Vibes Cartel, all them people.
It's gonna be sad, but it's gonna be. I know it's about to happen eventually because all this shit happens like that. Eventually, somebody gonna start hiring Yellow Man, and Yellow Man up there in age, and you know he got other stuff to deal with for himself. But I think he gonna catch on quick. Well, not catch on quick. I shouldn't say that. People gonna find out who Yellow Man is, which is good. And you know, there might be a swan song for him, but you know, the Diplos and all these other Calvin Harris and all the motherfuckers, he gonna have to do the festival. That man can't be up there at no festival.
Oh man, well, you can't put no dance hall artists at festivals. They have people out there fucking.
Because they got too many people. They bring all their homeboys. They bring all of them. All of them.
But not
all of them.
It's not just that. You're gonna see a side. You're gonna see a side of black people that you didn't know was out there. It's gonna be wild at the festivals, man. It's gonna be wild, like for real wild. Like I don't even like. I can't explain how bad it'll get. Like you've seen the videos of dance. Like go look up how people dance at just dance hall concerts.
No, we know the WWE shit.
Because the thing about Jamaica is if you're not in the club, almost everything is a festival because it's outdoor.
Right. And it's hot as shit.
It's hot as shit. So you know, if it's indoor, it's in the club. They got some arenas out there, I'm guessing, and they probably do their arena thing. But yo, man, they be out there at the park, by the, you know, wherever in the projects, dancing, they ass off. Like you can't bring that to a festival. Those white people will feel intimidated. They'll feel like, oh,
they're gonna be scared as shit.
And now, as I say that, you absolutely have to bring dancehall to festivals. Absolutely. So I want at Coachella. I don't care who your headliner is. Your opening acts, you got to put Beanie Man out there. You got to put, you know, who else? You got to put Egyptian out there. You got to get Movado out there. You got to get these people out there. Why? Because you need to see debauchery at a level that you have never seen before. Like
you got to ease them in.
You ever watch? Yeah, like it's just so grimy that people gonna look like they're gonna be fucking through their clothes. And I don't mean just dry humping. I mean like literal fucking through their clothes.
Right, profusely. Like Patrick Ewing, who is Jamaican as well. Patrick Ewing.
It's gonna be someone gonna like jump off the top rope into the pom pom face first.
Yeah, I'm getting destroyed in that way. I'm like, damn. And the dude was up here doing the goddamn sit down power bomb like Batista.
Yeah. Jamaican girls just be taking it too. They be getting rock bottom and just still twerking.
And taking it.
It'd be
like,
wild.
Yeah, that's a
I think I've seen a dude. I think I've seen a dude do like a pile driver on the girl.
That sounds about right. That was like last year. That was like last year, year before last, whenever when the internet's is going crazy, like, oh, this is something new. Oh, man. It's quite a while.
Nah. And the cold part about this is this might be a lot of them sober.
No, they definitely sober.
Yeah, man. You don't want to see it when it's drunk or high. It's a whole you know the people that dance hall is drunk or high because the dudes start taking their shirt off. That's when you know. Yeah, nah. But that's what they do. Like all of a sudden it's just like, oh, there he is. He ain't got no shirt on. He drunk.
But then that's when we really go. I mean, go ultra instinct.
Yep.
Be pop blocking very fast.
Yep. He be going faster, 3 times as fast as the beat, but still on beat somehow. But yeah, man. We didn't give no watched MVPs for this episode.
Kawhi laugh. No, I don't want no smoke with this man. First of all, even if he ain't a serial killer, he's 6'8", with hands the size of skillets. If he slap you, you won't remember.
Yeah, man.
You'll be laughing like that if he slap you.
He'll Thanos slap you.
Nah, the man's like Thanos.
Like
anybody that can guard LeBron and you like 20 pounds lighter than him, and you put the hands on him and move him around, I don't want that problem, big fella.
Yeah. Like, yo, man. Guards and big men should not look frustrated being guarded by you. You got to pick one for most people.
And then when he switch on you, you like, God damn, I thought I got it from around him. No, that conditioning.
Yeah.
Watched MVP. Logic. My choice for this week, Logic.
I haven't listened to the album.
It's 3 songs good, and then the rest is like, okay, it's starting to come to the end, big fella. You're going to have to switch it up a little bit. We've been tired a year of you talking about you biracial. I don't believe you, but that's not my position to say. But I'm tired of you just doing rippity rap. You believe him?
Yeah. And I don't mind him doing rapidy rap because, I mean, that's what we love Lupe for. That's what we love Cole.
No, but he said he makes music just strictly for his fans. And I said his fans look like him, so I guess so. And that's why he went ahead and got the Wu-Tang, because white people really love Wu-Tang. I really just love Ghostface. I'm not going to sit up here and say I just love Wu-Tang. I like Enter the 36 Chambers. I like the W, if that was with Victory on it. But I love Ghostface music by itself.
Yeah, Ghost and Ray.
Yeah, but white people really love Wu-Tang, and that's not a knock at them. They just try to use certain artists to be like, oh yeah, I listen to rap, bro. That Eminem, that was sick. That was lit. Shut the fuck up.
Their 3 favorites are Wu-Tang, Eminem, and Nas.
And Big L. No disrespect, God bless Big L, but they try to use Big L to say they big backpack rappers.
Yeah, they'll do that sometimes. They'll throw Kweli's name in there too, and it's just like,
really?
Yeah, sometimes they will, and it's just like, dude, all the people you just named are wildly talented, and for the most part, have made really good music. I
wish Mos Def would come home. I just had a moment where, because Black Star 20-year anniversary, that was a crazy ass 20-year anniversary on Friday. Or
you know Saturday, what I was thinking about when I was listening? Okay, so 2 exit thoughts on this. And my watched MVP of the week is Saturday Night Live, because you know what you did. Nah, I actually think most of the people on the show is funny, but it's just the decision, not the cast, it's just the decision on like who to get for the season premiere of their new thing. It's like, word, you couldn't get Travis Scott the first week? Astroworld is popping.
Who is the music supervisor there who books it? Because they definitely don't know what the fuck is up. Like, let's get Kanye for the 3rd time in the year. Nigga, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm a yay dude. I've been for years as far as his music goes. It's like, bro, I don't want to hear Kanye in 2018, nigga.
It's not even that.
Y'all couldn't call Wayne? I'm pretty sure Wayne ready to get on the road right now. I'm scared of him getting on the road now because he's 36 and
it's shit, all
that lean and weed.
It's not just that. It's like, yo, man, like, okay, you got Travis Scott, but you decided to book him for the 2nd week? Like, Astroworld, one of the biggest, like, debuts of, like, the biggest records of the year. Like, y'all couldn't go get Post? Y'all couldn't go get, I don't know if y'all can get Aubrey, but, because
the bag is way well, he on tour right now. They going to be in Houston tomorrow.
You're going to want to host, too. That's the thing about him. He's going to want to be the musical guest and host.
Just to show he's still got the acting chops.
But that's the thing is, like, there were people y'all could have got that, like, matter more. Matter more for music, not just for attention. Like y'all Saturday Night Live, people gonna watch y'all regardless. But that was it.
All I'm saying is Gunna and Lil Baby about to drop a classic this Friday, and they couldn't book them.
No.
They couldn't book Gunna.
We need
Just get them. All I want to say, I just want them to do the one. I just want them to do that one verse. If you do that one verse and walk off, that's good enough. Even though Gunna got a lot of songs, get them for that one verse.
But it's like, yo, y'all could have got fucking
Me or the Migos on tour.
Young Thug.
Ray Shermer, they chilling.
You could have got Future.
What
Like,
they want to do
Future
is they
always-
want to if they trying to get the top 20 artists, yeah, as far as like on the radio or whatever you want to say, Spotify streams, I think Future is definitely on that list.
Yeah. Like, yo, Ariana Grande just had an album and it was fire. Go get her.
Yeah,
Her
she kind
man's
of
is
going through it right now.
Yo.
But
Huh?
they said she kind of going through it right now, so
That's true. But yeah, there's also the thing about what her man said about her, which is kind of wild, which is his proudest moment as her dude was seeing her get ogled by Bill Clinton, which, hey man.
I mean, the dude different. I don't know his material is. It looked like it's garbage.
I can't speak on it. I don't know.
Are they trying to make him the new Jimmy Fallon?
No, I don't think so. I just think he's very young and adorable, and he's got to be funny because he's on the show. But
Everybody.
what I'm saying is they think he's funny, so I ain't gonna discredit that he's not funny.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, hey man,
And he's doing a lot.
that's
He's doing a large thing where I think maybe he black, maybe he not.
I don't know. That's weird that we saying it's doing the logic. Like Cole gets none of this.
No, we saw the dress. As soon as that Afro came out in 2014, we was like, all right, we already know. We seen, the bald kids with Afros and all that. When he put them dreads in, it was like, oh, that mix talk. That shit really deleted when he got them dreads.
Yeah.
Cause it ain't like normal, like this ain't no like what's the dude? I forgot his name, but this ain't like some Bob Marley side dreads. Nah, this man he got Lil Wayne dreads. The roots is real.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, we gotta wrap it up now. But you gotta so to watch the candidate. Yours is
Logic.
what was it? It was Logic, and I said
Yeah.
Nell. Got an MVP for the week?
No, I actually don't have an MVP. Oh, Wayne. I'll give Wayne. Yeah, I'll give it to Wayne just because the man really stuck. I thought it was a joke 4 years ago when he was yelling "fuck Birdman." That was a crazy thing on the Twitter. I was like, "The fuck? This is a publicity stunt," because it was right before the album came out. Then as time progressed, he really was like, "Fuck Birdman." I was like, "Oh, this shit real." It took me to this year to realize, or last year when he went to Rock Nation for a second, to be like, "Damn, it's really fuck Birdman."
Yeah.
And shouts out to him because he stuck it out, waited 4 years, and put out a great album where he could have gave us bullshit, and that wouldn't be right because he haven't gave us bullshit since I'm Not a Human Being, but I really don't count that, even though that is in his discography, which is like 23 albums probably, like literally, including the droughts, mixtapes, and all that shit.
I got you.
So my MVP is definitely Wayne.
My MVP is let's go with I mean it's unfortunate. I can't so I got a tie. We're gonna go one part Earl Thomas.
Right. Damn. I should have went with him.
And then another part YG.
That's good on both sides because YG needs to stop drinking.
YG is never gonna stop.
I never want to tell a grown man, that he need to leave that tequila alone. This man went on Twitter and said
they need to let him perform at every Rams home game.
That was the main thing. It's what he tweeted yesterday. It made me say, "Oh yeah, you drunk."
What'd he say?
Free Suge Knight.
Yeah, he's the MVP. He's the MVP.
Yeah, that was the only thing. Not Suge Knight. He said free Suge, but that's good enough. You don't need to say Marion. You don't need to say Marion's full name.
And like 20 years ago, I told you, hey man, it's gonna get to a point in life where it's gonna be less controversial to say free Suge Knight than free Bill Cosby. You would have slapped the shit out of me. But yet,
yeah, life is wilding right now, bro. 2018 been a wild. That's all I can really say. It's been shit that's been like head scratching in the past year alone. This year really been tripping. But you're right. It was like, damn, who I gotta choose to get out of jail? Suge Knight over Bill Cosby. Imagine that shit. And that's exactly how Dr. Cosby feel right now as he try to pick up his googly eyes out his head.
Yep.
That man got Caribou eyes. Yeah, we keeping that soundbite too.
Yeah. Anyways, it's episode 16.
Episode 16, we out here.
We were watched because I don't ever remember the episode. You got a song?
Me neither. I was actually looking for a song as we were speaking, and I'm going with Jeffrey featuring 6 Lack Climax. Now, I know his name ain't Jeffrey, he's Young Thug, and I know his name ain't 6 Lack, it's Black, but you put 6 in front of it. You 6 Lack, bro.
I think there's another artist named Black. That's why he couldn't be Black.
Well, you 6 Lack. You should never put the 6 in front of it. You shouldn't have put something else. You shouldn't have just put Lack, my guy. You 6 Lack now.
That's one way of saying it. So Young Thug and Black Climax. Yeah. I'm gonna go with.
I haven't listened to LES or any other albums really heavy yet.
We talked about Just Blaze, so I'm gonna give him the Rick Ross song "I Love My Bitches."
That's a good one, and I'm definitely about to listen to that last track on the Little Verse album. I'm about to actually listen to the whole album. That shit is crazy. Looked at the credits like, damn, why haven't I listened to this?
Yeah. Your old album is the whole song is the whole Little Verse album. It's like, yo, like midway through, you went from this is watched to yo, I'm watched because I want to like. That was a moment.
It's definitely about to be a moment. This album good. I'm definitely gonna have a review for you by the end of the night. This is crazy.
Book report.
Report on it. But we out here, episode 16. We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah. Peace.